Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Ladera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in and making GPS a part of your afternoon routine. Just trying to make sure I get my headphones set. And, I'm all good and ready to go on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's a Wellness Wednesday. And as we do every Wednesday around these parts, we look at an issue of importance to your overall health with a view to getting our nation to a healthier place holistically. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Before I tell you what our specific topic of discussion will be today, we're going to go ahead and throw out the information as to how you can become a part of the conversation. We are streaming live on YouTube, on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global Bahamas, Global 99.5 FM Facebook pages, as well as our official YouTube channels. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line for messages, whether it be a text message or a call, is 8010271, 8010271. And we are streaming live, like I said, on both YouTube and on Facebook. You can catch us on Cable Bahamas channel 974, and then New Providence on your radio dial. You'll find us on 99.5 FM. Also, a huge welcome to our audience tuning in all the way from Grand Bahama. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Okay, so this Wellness Wednesday, we're going to be looking at something that many of you may see valuable. It's valuable because either you or your child or someone you love is very active in terms of sports, and or you may just be a person who exercises a lot, and you may think that I'm good. I take good care of myself. I eat well. I exercise, so I'm good. The reason why this particular show is of importance is because what you're going to learn during this show is that you need to be concerned about more than just eating well and exercising, particularly if you are not replenishing that which you are losing during the exercise process. Have you ever wondered how it is that you find cases where, let's say, high school athletes or professional athletes? Well, let's start with the high school athletes first. Some of them, seem to be in the prime of their health, and then all of a sudden you hear these horrific stories of these kids just dropping down dead on a football field, or being prone to serious injuries, and having their prospects of a future in professional sports, um, you know, demolished, their hopes demolished because of some serious injury. Or let's go to the professional level. How many times have we seen a professional athlete um, have their career on the line because of some serious injury, or themselves, just dropping down dead from heart attacks um, and the like, when they were seemingly at the peak of their health? Well, a part of the reason may be because they are not filling up the tank. They are running on gasoline. Let's say if you were using a car as an example, but they're not putting gasoline back in the tank. So every time they are out there exercising, every time they're on that football field, on that basketball court, wherever, they're depleting their resources of nutrients. And if they're not doing anything to put it back in, then the same thing happens to their bodies that happens when you are driving a car without putting gasoline back into the tank. Eventually, the car is going to stop working because you did not replenish the very fuel that the car needs to run on. Well, our bodies are very similar. You would have heard me say time and time again, the fuel that our bodies run on is 90 essential nutrients. So you've got your 60 minerals, your 16 vitamins, your 12 amino acids, your 3 essential fatty acids. Those are the fuel on which our bodies run. And when we don't replenish the loss of those nutrients, we run ourselves into problem. So Dr. Joe Wyckoff says that exercise without supplementation is suicide. I will repeat that. Exercise without supplementation is suicide, especially if you are going at it hard. Now, I ain't talking about every now and again you walk around the block. I'm talking about people who are taking this exercise thing seriously and have taken it to the next level. If you are not replenishing what you are losing, you are setting yourself up for all manner of disease. Now, you may ask the question, how do I deplete? How am I depleting the nutrients? If I'm eating well and I'm exercising and they say that's what you're supposed to do, I'm not doing anything to deplete nutrients. Well, guess what, y'all? When you sweat, that is not just water coming out of your body, but that sweat contains lots of minerals that you are actually losing every time you sweat. It's like a soup of minerals. And if you are not doing anything to replenish that, you're going to run into a problem. And this could very well be the reason why we see young athletes middle-aged athletes, whatever, people who seem to be exercising all the time, and you think they're in great shape, and then all of a sudden these people dropping down. And you're like, what? But it's not bad luck. As you will learn during this show, it could very well be that they are not properly nutrifying their bodies. So during this show today, you're going to be hearing from Dr. Joel Wallach, as well as some professional athletes who have learned that lesson and are, I mean, somebody said electrolytes, which drinking Gatorade replenishes. But you're going to learn something, Marissa, because Gatorade only gives you about 2 or 3 of what you need. It's not nearly enough. So, yeah, we're going to learn why drinking Gatorade or water alone is not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay, because Gatorade gives you some, but not everything that you need. It's only a fraction of what you need. And this is why people run into problems. So you're going to hear from Dr. Wallach. You're also going to hear from some professional athletes who would have learned this lesson. So the first clip I'm going to play is from Dr. Wallach himself. And in this clip, you're going to learn a lot about bone and joint health, because oftentimes, if you're not getting adequate nutrients or if you're not replenishing, one of the first areas or categories where you begin to experience problems is in your bone and joint matrix. So you'll see athletes, having problems with knee replacement, needing to replace lost cartilage, or it often shows up in your bone and joint matrix. So here's Dr. Joel Wallach talking about bone and joint health as it relates to your nutritional needs.
Now, arthritis is a simple mineral deficiency disease. We learned how to prevent and cure arthritis 300 years ago. We learned how to prevent and cure. But I have bone-to-bone arthritis, Dr. Wallach. I don't care if it's bone-to-bone arthritis. I don't care if you've had that for 20 years and you're in such pain now, no medication works to help the pain. Doctors have talked you into double knee replacement and you're scheduled tomorrow. You call them up and say, I'm going to delay it until after January because I'm going to try this Doc Wallach Mighty 90 stuff. Give it 90 days and see what happens, even if you have bone-to-bone arthritis. Even if they have surgically removed your meniscus, we can rebuild it. Praise God. We do it for athletes all the time. We do it for people in the military all the time. We do it to regular people like you and me thousands of times a month. Thousands of times a month. Next. There's going to be an epidemic of arthritis in America here. Why is that? Because there's 80 million baby boomers coming along and they have 72 joints, 10 toes, 2 ankles, 2 knees, 2 hips, 33 vertebrae, 2 shoulders, 2 elbows, 2 wrists, and 10 fingers. And every orthopedic surgeon is running up and down the aisles of churches saying, hallelujah, thank you, Lord. There's 80 million baby boomers come along, they have 72 joints, and I'm going to replace them all. But all you have to do is take the Mighty 90 and stay away from the bad stuff. You'll never get arthritis. I'm 71 years old. Okay? And if this was a harder surface, I could stand here on 1 foot, because I got a lot of padding up here. But I could stand on 1 foot for 3 hours and give the lecture. You'll see in a minute. You'll see why. Okay? Bell's palsy still baffles doctors. For 200 years they've been doing research trying to figure it out. We've known for 300 years what causes. It's just a manifestation of osteoporosis of your skull bone, squeezing the 7th cranial nerve. You treat it nutritionally as osteoporosis, it goes away. Just that simple. Okay, who told you to give up sunlight? Who told you not to take vitamins and minerals? You can get everything from your food. See, a vitamin D3 deficiency, which every doctor is now taking blood tests to see what your vitamin D3 level is, that's another physician-caused disease. Nobody in a third world country has vitamin D3 deficiency. It's an American disease caused by dermatologists. See, the medical industry, their answer to arthritis is pain relief and surgically changing your knees out and your hips and your elbows and shoulders and fingers, right? Why not regrow your own? Does God have arthritis? No. Did Jesus have, he was a carpenter. Did he have arthritis? No. And you and I are built in the image of God because the Bible tells us so, right? So if God didn't have arthritis and cancer and heart disease and diabetes and hemorrhoids, why should we? Okay, back surgery is unnecessary. We can support and promote healthy maintenance and repair, which means we can regrow your disc. Why would you have surgery when you can regrow your own disc with a little bit of supplements?
Now, just for the record, that lecture, that clip was taken from a lecture that Dr. Wallach did 10 years ago. He's now 82 years old. Or should I say 82 years young? Still going strong, still traveling the world, spreading the message that you don't have to have surgery to replace something that your body can regrow itself. And I have to tell you, based on my own experience, I have seen this work. I have seen this work with people in their 80s who would have started our program just before going to have some kind of replacement surgery. And as a result, not having to have the surgery at all. I've seen it. And this works whether you are 85 or 45 or 25, age doesn't matter. And the reason I'm going younger and younger when I talk about this is because nowadays we are seeing younger and younger people needing replacement surgery. Young people in their 20s and 30s haven't have knee replacement surgery and hip replacement surgery, what only old people used to have many years ago. Why is that? Has anybody stopped to wonder why are we seeing younger and younger and younger people requiring knee replacement surgery, hip replacement surgery? Why is that? Simply because they're not getting adequate nutrition. They're not replenishing that which they are losing. And some of these young people who I hear happen to have hip replacement surgery and knee replacement surgery in the gym all the time or on some sports team and, working out all the time. But yet, early 30s, and you got to have hip replacement surgery, knee replacement surgery, and you don't see something wrong with that picture? You have to replenish, people. You're not getting it from your foods alone, even if you're eating organically. Because all organic means is that you're not being exposed to harmful chemicals and toxins, but it doesn't mean that you're getting all of the nutrients that your body needs. And your body runs on nutrients. It runs on micro and macronutrients. The macronutrients are the whole foods that we eat, fruits, vegetables, grains, etc. And you got to be careful of what type of grains you eat. But the micronutrients are equally, if not more important than the macronutrients, because the micronutrients is what the body runs on. It's what the body absolutely needs in order to stay healthy. And so we're seeing an increase. Dr. Wallach, in his way of being funny, you heard him in that clip saying that the doctors are running up and down the aisles of the church saying, hallelujah, hallelujah. Because we have this baby boomer generation that's coming and everybody's going to need replacement of something. Well, they could shout hallelujah even more because they don't even have to wait for the boomers to get to that age nowadays. How many young people do you know walking around with assistance or unable to walk at all because of a need for knee replacement surgery or hip replacement surgery? Or how many people do you know that are suffering from conditions like sciatica? Young people. That never used to be, but it is now. And there is a reason for that. So throughout the show today, you're going to hear a couple more, maybe one more clip from Dr. Wallach. And we're also going to look at injuries. And please excuse the background noise. I'm coming from home again today. We're going to look at injuries. Why are young people and athletes in particular, and persons who exercise vigorously, so injury prone? There's a reason for that, people. It's not just because of bad luck. And there's more to it than just wear and tear. The challenge is, again, wear and tear because you're not giving the body what it needs to maintain health of that bone and joint matrix. So this is what we're going to be talking about on the show today. And if you have any questions, the numbers to call once again are 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 8010271. If you know anybody who is very much into strenuous exercise or has a kid that is in sports, or you may be a relative of one of our professional athletes out there and know how to get a hold of them or whatever, make sure they get the information that we're going to share in this show. Okay? I'm telling you, it will give them a great advantage to having a longer career because they will minimize the chances of getting all of the injuries that are often the cause of people losing their career or not being able to continue with a particular sports career because of the injuries that they get. And even if somebody has been injured, you will find, as you learn through this, as we go through the show, you will learn that this program, this 90 nutrient program, will help them to even heal faster. Okay? So very important information today, especially if you are a person who's into exercise and fitness, etc. We're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, we're going to learn more about the problem and proliferation of bone and joint replacement. I'm also going to hear from some athletes themselves. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Youngevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rim fix and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, rough racing, velocity, mud, all-terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Youngevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Ma here in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be examining this whole question of replenishing the nutrients that your body loses every time you exercise. And we're going to be talking about how you, if you are a person who exercises quite a lot, or if you're a professional athlete or even a junior athlete, why it's important for you to replenish that which you are losing. Again, the telephone numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line for messages and calls is 8010271, 8010271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm Facebook page, as well as the official Global 99.5 FM Facebook page, also streaming live to our YouTube channels. And if you haven't already done so, like and share the show. Let everybody know that we're on the air. You can also catch us on Cable Bahamas Channel 974 and on your radio dial here in New Providence, 99.5 FM Global Radio. And welcome to our global radio listeners all the way in Grand Bahama as well. So we're talking today about replenishing that which you lose when you exercise. And we would have said in the first portion of the show that the way that you're actually losing the electrolytes and minerals, etc., is through your sweat. Your sweat is like a bowl of nutrients that's coming out with that water. It's a soup, I should say, of nutrients. It's not just water. And if you are not replacing that which you are losing when you're sweating every day, or if you're sweating when you're vigorously exercising, you're setting yourself up for serious health challenges. And one of the first places that that shows up is in your bone and joint matrix. Now, for some of us, it's just a matter of, not taking supplements at all. For others, more specifically, who we're targeting in this particular show, you could be, very, very active, and you may even be taking supplements. The challenge is, it's the type of supplements that you're taking that makes a big difference. Because as I often say on the show, you need to make sure that you're taking nutrients that are formulated the right way. So we're talking plant-derived nutrition. Okay, there's a big difference between plant-derived and something that was created synthetically in a lab. Okay, or something that was formulated from minerals in their raw state. If your body can't absorb it, then you're not benefiting from it. And many people are unfortunately chucking down supplements that they think are doing good, but it's just passing straight through them because their body can't absorb it because of the way that it was formulated. So it's important that we understand the difference between that stuff and the real deal. I have a client who called me up a couple of days ago, and she said, Ms. Malcolm, I had to share this with you. She said, I told a family member that I started taking these new supplements, and my family member questioned, the validity of how potent they are. She said, and my family member told me that one way to test whether it's a real deal or not is to get your capsules and put them in a glass of water and watch to see how long it takes for them to dissolve. And she said, I think she said she took some of the original capsules that she was taking with another, I guess over the counter, and they just sat in the water, just sat there. Days went by and they were just sitting there. But when she took our supplements and put them in the water, within 1 hour, they had dissolved. And so she told that to her relative, and her relative was like, okay, that's the real deal. So the type of supplement makes a very big difference. But the bottom line is you have to supplement, especially if you are exercising a lot. Because, like Doc Wallach says, exercise, particularly strenuous exercise without supplementation, is suicide. You're just taking a longer time than somebody who, does the deed quickly. You're just slowly killing yourself, but you are killing yourself if you're not replenishing. Unfortunately, a lot of people make the mistake of believing that because they're exercising and because they seem to be fit, that's all they need to do. And then they find themselves in trouble later on. So before we talk about the athletes, even before we hear from Doc Wallach again, I want to play a clip from a young man who studied to become a doctor before coming across Dr. Wallach and his teachings as it relates to the power of nutrition. And it totally changed the direction that he was heading in when he realized how potent nutrition can be in helping to ward off disease. Here now is that clip.
I'm Blake Graham, and I've had the honor and privilege of working with Dr. Wallach now for over 18 years. Now, before that, I was in pre-med. And in pre-med, I was amazed that we would study chemistry and biochemistry, even physics and calculus. But what was really surprising is that we didn't study nutrition. And when I found Dr. Wallach, I learned why. When you look at how medicine works, when you talk about pharmaceutical drugs, you're talking about selective roadblocks, something that stops a metabolic process from working. And if you think of the names, they'll tell you what they do. They're anti-inflammatory, they're proton pump inhibitors, they're calcium channel blockers, beta blockers. That's what they do. Now, on the other hand, nutrition, it's the construction crew. The construction crew meaning it's what your body uses to heal itself, to rebuild itself. You'll never rebuild the body by just repressing a symptom. You have to get at the root cause. And that's what nutrition can do. When you can naturally give the body what it needs to naturally heal itself, to fix the problems they deal with. I love being part of his crusade.
And so do I. Okay, so let's hear from Dr. Wallach one more time about this whole challenge of bone and joint replacement. And then I guess after that, we will be closer to the time to take a break. And then on the other side of the break, I'm going to let you guys hear from some actual athletes. But here now again is Dr. Wallach. And I remember now, before I play this clip, I've been saying all along exactly what that gentleman said in that clip. And that is that, unfortunately, we have relied on a system that to keep us healthy that doesn't believe in the power of nutrition. And that's a big problem. Because if you are only relying on the advice that they give you, which is void of nutrition, if you do come down with some kind of injury, you're going to have a harder time healing from that injury or recovering from that injury. Because nutrition is what is needed to build, to regenerate that which has been lost. You cannot do it effectively without nutrition. It will take you far longer, if at all, to be able to properly heal from the injuries that you may get or from the degeneration that you may be experiencing. So you absolutely must consider good quality, high-grade nutrition as a part of your routine, particularly if you're very active. It's a must. It's not an option. It's a must. And if you don't, then, you know, it is what it is. You're going to find yourself facing some challenges. And I'm not trying to be a prophet of doom. I'm not trying to make anybody feel pressured into anything. I'm just presenting the information to you as I have learned it. I think this is an important conversation to have because I've seen too many times people who thought that they were very healthy come down with some kind of serious illness, stroke, sudden death, serious injury. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that they were not replenishing. They were not giving their bodies the building blocks that they needed because they were relying on what they thought was good advice. So now here, once again, is Dr. Wallach. And in this clip, he's going to talk about this whole epidemic of bone and joint replacement and why and how it can be avoided with proper nutrition.
Well, everybody says there's going to be an epidemic of arthritis coming. And that's because there's 80 million baby boomers come along. They all have 72 joints, and every one of them can have arthritis, right? And so what's the problem here? Why would 80 million baby boomers get arthritis? Well, because they listen to medical doctors. They exercise, put a lot of wear and tear energy onto those joints. They told them, don't take any vitamins and minerals. You could overdose, so there's no raw materials to kind of maintain and repair. And then, of course, they say drink plenty of water. Well, you drink water. Sweat is more than water. Sweat is a soup that contains all the known essential nutrients, 90 essential nutrients, unless you're only taking in 65, and then it's worse, right? Or you're not salting your food so you can't make stomach acid, and it's not really how much you eat or what you eat, it's what you absorb. And so we have all these sort of sort of conditions that have to be met here before you get optimal amounts of nutrients in your food, you get optimal amounts of nutrients absorbed, and you get optimal amounts of nutrients deposited in the bones. Well, before we go on and tell you how we're going to do this, about July of 2002, in the New England Journal of Medicine, Harvard Medical School did a meta-study. They looked at over 300,000 people who had gotten joint replacements from all over the world, and they said knee replacement, hip replacement, shoulder replacement, unnecessary, worthless, okay? And that's because it doesn't stop the ongoing deterioration of the bone, doesn't stop the ongoing deterioration of the joints in all the other places, right? It just takes the one joint or the two joints that they're replacing, throw them in the garbage can, and so you can't feel anything anymore, but it doesn't stop the ongoing progress of the problem, the systemic problem. And then 4 years later, the same group of doctors from Harvard Medical School looked at the backs of these people, and they said, oh, surgery for sciatica is worthless and dangerous. Don't do it. They're talking about low back pain, degenerative disc disease, restless leg syndrome, peripheral neuropathies, burning numbness in the feet, and as a result, they say don't get surgery for these problems. So what I always say is give me 90 days. Give Doc 90 days, and you are going to see one of those miracles. And basically, what's going to happen here is we are going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. And to do that, you need all 90 essential nutrients. There's 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And, of course, you might need some anti-inflammatory stuff, which we can do with herbs and aromatherapy oils. And certainly might need some extra stuff if you have bone-to-bone arthritis to, again, support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. You actually have to lay down new bone matrix. It's kind of like the rebar of the bone. It's a tendon-like material before you can lay down new minerals. And, of course, you just can't take calcium. That's not enough. You need more cofactors to make it all work. Your bones are made up of all 90 essential nutrients. So I urge you to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy, and learn how to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. Let me tell you, this never fails. If you're not getting it even at the speed you wanted to, guess what happens here? This means you got to get on a gluten-free diet so you can maximize your absorption. You are not what you eat. You are what you absorb. And then, of course, there's also another possibility, no reason why you couldn't have both problems, as you've been restricting salt in your diet and you're not making stomach acid. It's very difficult to absorb minerals without stomach acid. It's very difficult to efficiently absorb B12 because the intrinsic factor won't work without stomach acid, and it's almost impossible to digest proteins without stomach acid. Your pepsin won't work, and as a result, you're going to be in a real struggle. And so you have to deal with that. Salt your food to taste. You make sure that you're going ahead and allowing the chief cells in your stomach to make your stomach acid. And then, of course, you want to get on a gluten-free diet, and you will actually allow your villi, those little finger-like projections, to rebuild, regrow, and you want to regain some of that lost absorptive surface. And, of course, this happens progressively, slowly, but surely over time if you're gluten intolerant.
Okay, so obviously gut health is extremely important to this conversation. You all would have heard me say it time and time again. I've explained to you time and time again what leaky gut is all about, how when you're eating gluten and other inflammatory foods, you're actually destroying the villi, which are the little finger-like things that sit on top of the epithelial cells, which are responsible for creating a barrier between what you consume and your bloodstream, and also absorbing nutrients into the bloodstream. And when you damage the very apparatus that's responsible for that by eating gluten and these inflammatory foods, you're making yourself a victim twice. You've heard me say that time and time again. So your gut health is extremely important in this whole conversation, because if you're not absorbing nutrients to begin with, it's not what you eat, it's what you absorb, then you are setting yourself up for a problem. Now, he mentioned sciatica, and some of you may have heard me tell this story before. So I have a client who had sciatica, and he heard me talking about this program, this 90 for Life program on the radio, not on this station, but on another station. And so he calls me up and he says, I have sciatica. There's a Bahamian man now. I say this because I'm telling you this story because I want y'all to know that this works. And I'm not just basing this on some video that I would have seen from a foreign country, and whether or not they would have produced the video, not honestly or whatever. I'm talking about what I have seen with my own eyes with Bahamians. Okay? So this particular client of mine became a client of mine after hearing me talk about this on the radio. So he calls me up and he says, I have sciatica. My doctors are telling me that my only option is surgery on my spine. But I don't want anybody tinkering with my spine. Do you think that this program can help me? I said, I know it can. You don't need to have that surgery. He says, are you sure, Miss Malcolm? I said, I'm telling you, man, you don't have to have that surgery. If you trust this process, if you give me 90 days, I guarantee you will feel so much better. You will realize that the surgery is not necessary because your body will start to regenerate. I said, now it's going to take, depending on how far gone it is, a little bit longer than 90 days to completely heal. But for sure, within 90 days, you're going to be feeling so much better. You won't be, experiencing the type of pain that you're experiencing right now. So he says to me, Miss Malcolm, I can give this a try. And if this don't work, I come and hide, and you know where to find me. Long story short, we connected, and he started the program. 90 nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids, plus something we have called glucogel, which has glucosamine and chondroitin, which are a major part of the building blocks of the bone and joint matrix. Okay? So he started to feel better. He continued with the program beyond the 90 days. After about a year and a half, he decided to go back to his doctor to make sure that what he was experiencing wasn't the placebo effect. And in case you don't know what the placebo effect is, that's when in your mind, if you think you're taking something that is going to make you better, even if what you're taking is nothing more than a sugar pill, your mindset is so powerful, we have to talk about this, that it'll make your body feel better. He wanted to make sure that he was, in fact, his back was, in fact, actually healing. His spine was actually healing. So about a year and a half, still in the program, he said he remembers seeing a video with Dr. Wallach talking about how it could take up to 2 years to completely heal any kind of bone loss or bone damage. So he went back to his doctor to get a second MRI done. So he says they did the MRI, and his doctor is looking at the original one, and he's looking at the one he just did, and is looking back and forth at the two. And finally, the doctor says, well, why are you here? You're not in any pain or anything, are you? He says, no, doc, I feel great. I just wanted to see if what I was doing was really working. So his doctor said to him, well, based on what I see on this MRI you just did, your spine, since the last time you came to see me, has healed by over 75%. This was a year and a half after being on the program. So his spine started to regenerate when he made some simple changes, such as getting the nutrients that his body was craving for, and obviously making some dietary changes as well. He stopped doing the damage to the gut. 75% healed, no surgery. His doctor said to him, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, it's working. Okay? But obviously he continued on the program, because if you find something that works, why quit? And that's a whole other show. I was talking to one of my fellow health coaches today, one of my colleagues, and she was saying, you know what I don't understand about people, Michelle? They come to you because they're sick. You put them on something that starts to work. They start to feel better, and then they quit. Like, how much sense does that make? I said, girl, I can't tell you. But one thing with this particular client is he kept going. He didn't quit just because he was feeling better. He kept going. Long story short, his spine completely healed over a matter of time. Sciatica completely gone. Now, had he not happened to hear that particular show that I was on that day, they may have pressured him enough that he would have eventually had that surgery. Totally unnecessary. And as Doc Wallach said in that last clip that I played, the problem with that, and I talk about it on the show all the time, is whereas it may have quote unquote fixed a particular joint, it didn't stop the degeneration. It didn't get to the root cause of the problem, which started the sciatica in the first place, which is a degeneration of the bone and joint matrix. All it did was make you feel comfortable. So I go back to my example of the sunflower that starts to die, and instead of giving it what it needs, you go out and you buy some green paint and you start painting over the brown leaves, and then you sit back and examine your work and say, look how healthy my plant is. Well, you know you're lying to yourself. And the worst deception is when you deceive yourself. Because painting over a dying plant does not make a healthy plant. It may look healthy, but underneath that paint, that plant continues to degenerate, continues to die. And it's going to get to the day where no amount of paint is going to be able to make that even look good or salvage it, because it will be dead. So this is what is happening when we decide to have these knee replacement and hip replacement and all these other replacements. It may be a quick fix, and I say fix in quotations, because it's not really a fix. It's just a way to pacify you, to make you feel better, but it doesn't stop the degeneration. And if you don't address the problem of the degeneration, then in short order, you're going to have to replace something else, and then something else, and then something else. By the time they finish with you, you'll be mostly replacement. So that approach doesn't work. You have to supplement. You have to address the problem from the root cause. Okay? So that you can stop the degeneration throughout the body, not just in the one place where you're feeling it the most. So we're going to take another break. On the other side of the break, we're going to hear more about young athletes and their injuries, as well as you're going to hear from some professional athletes who would have gotten the message, made the change, and have seen a tremendous difference in their health. Stay with us. This is GPS on a Wellness Wednesday. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rib, paint, and tires.
We We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklife, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. We are talking about the importance of replenishing that which you lose through your sweat, especially if you are a young athlete or a professional athlete or just somebody who loves to exercise or you're part of a sports team, just, for fun, whatever. If you're sweating, you're losing some very, very important micronutrients in that sweat that you must replenish to maintain good health. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages and channels. You can reach us at 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, and the WhatsApp line 801-0271, 801-0271. You can call or text us on the WhatsApp line. Make sure that you like and share the show. Let everybody know that GPS is on the air, especially if you know anybody who is into exercise and plays a sport, or just, is a gym rat, or, just heavily into exercise, then they need to get this information, okay? Because far too many people are becoming victims of injuries simply because they just don't know. And they may think that they are getting what they need by way of supplements, but the problem is if they're taking the wrong type of supplements, then they are not getting nearly enough of what they actually need to maintain good health. Before we go on with the show, I'm just getting word that the legendary Tina Turner has died. Very sad news indeed. Mind you, I had started to see quite a bit of news items about Tina Turner and her highlight days, etc. And I said to myself, she's probably not doing well. And so I just received word that Tina Turner has in fact died. So my deepest sympathy to her family members and loved ones and supporters and fans across the world. We have a caller on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Good afternoon, Michelle. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. And one of the products I use too is, with the chondroitin, with the MSM powder. I don't know if you ever heard about MSM sulfur.
Yes.
Okay, that works for me. And another thing that you were saying, a lot of people rush to get these hip replacement and this and that, but they don't understand that bones are living. They could regenerate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so they rush and get these surgery, and then in the next year or two, they got to get another surgery again.
Well, I mean, you know, I understand why people do it, because it's a very painful thing to be,
Yeah,
you know, bone on bone, and that is very, very painful. And I've had people actually say to me, you know, Miss, I hear what you're saying and everything, right? But I can't
Yes,
wait
sir.
till 90 days. I can't deal with this pain anymore. So they go ahead and they do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Yeah, so that's so important, and like you said too, the food today is not like the food yesterday. So that's why, like you said, and I keep preaching it, Michelle. You have to supplement. I mean, find good supplement stuff to take.
Right.
You know, you have to, because the food, the ground is depleted. Years ago, it was 7 years before they could go and plant back in that same ground, but they keep planting back in that depleted ground.
Right.
So you're not getting it. And another thing that helps me too, what I take CBD oil and magnesium, and that helps you sleep like a baby.
Yeah, CBD oil is very, very good. Longevity has a complete line of CBD products. They're not from marijuana, but actually from the cousin of marijuana, the hemp, which doesn't have the properties that makes you high.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a complete line of CBD products that are really very, very good. And we also have the MSM that you mentioned. Yeah, we have all of that.
Yes, the MSM. That's very good, because even that too, sometimes, you know, people get surgery and it could heal inwardly too. So it helps to get rid of those old scars in the body too.
Yeah. I just think that people need to be careful, though, not to be guilty of what we call fractionated nutrition, where they only go out and they buy, you know, they go out and they look for
the best. Yes, I agree with that.
You have to have all 90.
Yeah. But Michelle, just continue to preach the health message, and like you said, you only can tell and preach. Like someone said, you can take all the best products you have, but if you're still eating the wrong diet, it's like you're trying to outfire but still using gasoline.
Yeah, it won't work. No amount of nutrition will outdo a poor diet. None.
That's right. That's right. Okay, Michelle, thank you.
Well, thank you for calling. Yeah, you can't out supplement a poor diet. Bottom line, you can't. So, if you're not willing to make changes to your diet, there's only so much we can do for you, because you are. It's like you're taking one step forward and 3 steps backward, and you lying to yourself and say, "Well, at least I took that 1 step forward." But if you're taking 3 backward, it don't take a genius to figure out that you're never going to reach where you're trying to reach. Well, this is what we do when we decide that we're not going to give up a particular food, even though we've been told that it's damaging our bodies, just because we like how it tastes, or because we associate with that particular food with comfort or whatever. For whatever reason, people make decisions why they choose to continue eating poorly even after they get the information. You'd be amazed. But know that if that's the route that you decide to go along, then it's only so much can be done for you. All right, so let's get back on track with this conversation. Like I would have said, my deepest sympathy to the fans and followers and persons who loved the legendary Tina Turner. Boy, she was something. Okay, now, young athletes. You know, Carifta just went by, and we saw our teams do a phenomenal job competing against their peers from around the world. And some of them, you know, I think could look forward to some really great careers ahead of them in track and field and swimming. I mean, you look at the Shawnee Miller-Weebo of the Bahamas. She got her start at Carifta. That's where she started. So we see all those young athletes out there giving it their all for their country, some of them with the hopes of becoming professional athletes later on down the road. But you have to wonder how many of them will actually make it that far, particularly if they are not getting adequate nutrition. How many times have we seen our athletes and other athletes around the world have their careers put on hold and questionable because of injuries? Well, there's a reason that is happening, people. It's not just bad luck. And in the United States in particular, they're seeing an increase where young people are coming down with such serious injuries that it totally shatters any hope of them going on to become professional athletes. And this is leading to many challenges for them, because if you build your whole life around the possibility of you going pro, or getting a college scholarship or whatever, and then you come down with this injury, then what? So here now is a clip about young athletes and the injuries they face when they're not getting sufficient nutrients.
Dr. Wallach, talking about athletes, we've talked about a lot of the professional athletes. How about the younger ones, high school, college players? Are they at risk just the same way?
Oh, absolutely. According to the Center for Disease Control out of Atlanta, Craig, a lot of these young athletes under the age of 30 drop dead each year while they're training, exercising, or participating in sport. I saw some figures earlier this month which said that the death rate from sudden heart attacks in young athletes has actually gone up by 10% in the last year. And so there's no nutrients of any value in Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Gatorade, and so forth, and water, just plain water. And so these young athletes wanting to get scholarships, wanting to get into the pros, and as a result, they train hard, they do all the right things, they do what their trainers tell them to do, they just don't supplement properly, and as a result, a lot of these kids who are really professional level quality athletes, even when they're in junior high and high school, these kids will get injuries that will kill their career. And there's nothing worse than these people training these kids, getting them up to the point where they are really superstars, and then a knee blows out, or they tear an Achilles tendon, or they get a shoulder injury, they get a back or neck injury, they get a finger injury, and they're pretty much done, and their whole life is ruined because their whole life was focused on these athletics. And these kids also have a high rate of depression and suicide because their whole life has been built around being the superstar of the neighborhood and the school. In fact, suicide in high school athletes is the single biggest cause of death in high school athletes.
Wow, that's astonishing. Not to mention kids like that, or young people like that, blowing out a knee, they've just thrown away a lot of money.
That's correct. Not only the investment they've already put in, but paying forward, so to speak, their future investment in their life, because they know when they excel and so forth and have all these benefits of the training and they have this natural talent. It's really a shame. And so I do make an appeal to parents and coaches and trainers out there who might be listening to get the information and give these young athletes a more complete replacement program so that if they do get injured, if you run into a wall, you're going to get injured, you can repair quicker. The likelihood of injury is very, very slim, just simply by replacing everything you're sweating out.
Well, Doc, what if someone were to come to you and say, I have a son that's in football or does a lot of athletics, or even a professional athlete, what would you tell them to protect themselves?
Well, basically what they have to do is take a good basic supplement program that gives them all 90 essential nutrients plus the raw materials to develop properly and maintain and repair cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, bone matrix, lay down the minerals necessary for a healthy and happy bone. Also, instead of just using water or Gatorade or one of the soft drinks as a fluid replacement as they're sweating before, during, and after the events in the training session, a sports drink, it has amino acids, vitamins, electrolytes, major minerals, trace minerals, and rare earths in it, plus 3 time-release energy sources. Tastes very good, and it's a concentrate. You put an ounce of this into a quart of water, a liter of water, and sip on that. You're going to replace, you're going to trickle charge everything back into your system that you're losing as you sweat. And not only will this athlete reduce their risk of death and injury, but also their stamina is going to go way up. They will be much stronger in the third and fourth quarters. They'll be much stronger in the long-distance races in that last lap. They're going to be much stronger in any event than the opponents.
And why wouldn't you want that? To be much stronger, much faster, much better, naturally, not with some kind of drug or synthetic. And especially when you go to the professional level, you have to make sure that you're not putting anything into your body that's a banned substance. But the good thing with what Youngevity has to offer is that you can read everything that's included in that particular supplement, like a Rebound, for instance, before you consume it, and that way you are sure that you're not getting any kind of banned substance. But we're talking about, again, plant-derived natural nutrition, okay? And it's just a matter of giving your body what it needs to function. So you don't have to go the synthetic route. You really don't. And a lot of people do because they think that that's the only way to, like, especially when it comes to a sport like, say, bodybuilding, for instance. You hear these horrific stories of these bodybuilders who end up so sick and dying because they pumping themselves up with steroids because they think that that's the only way that they can achieve the success that they want to achieve. And that is just not so. Your body is this incredible, intelligent machine that knows what to do, not only to fix itself, but to regenerate, to grow, to be stronger, to be faster. It can all be done naturally. And it's just heartbreaking when we see, you see some people who actually went through that whole thing of the steroid route. And during the height of their careers, they look like the Incredible Hulk. And then you see them years later. And the ravages of that steroid use and what it did to their bodies, it's frightening to see what they come to when, quite frankly, they could have easily achieved great success without putting all of the stuff in their body that was not good for their bodies. How many times have we seen athletes in other sports? And we're going to hear a clip from a particular athlete who happens to be a professional bodybuilder, but what we call a natural bodybuilder. We're going to hear his story in a moment. But how many times have we seen athletes who have developed other serious conditions, even if it's not a serious ligament tear, or it could be some other serious condition that they would have developed over the years because of the wear and tear on the body and not properly replenishing that which they were losing. And so it's not just the bone and joint matrix that can be impacted. That's what I'm trying to say. It could be other areas of the body as well that are degenerating if they're constantly putting out, losing all of the electrolytes and minerals, etc. Like Doc Wallach calls it, a soup of these micronutrients through their sweat. They may not get a joint tear or bone loss, but they come down with some kind of other chronic condition, debilitating condition. And it can be traced back to the fact that they weren't properly nutrifying their bodies. And this is why they find themselves in a position where, unfortunately, they come down with these horrific diseases that eventually take them out. So again, if you know anybody who is heavily into exercise, or if you have a kid that is, a high school athlete or a college athlete and is hoping to become a professional athlete, or if you know somebody, one of our athletic stars who may be injury prone, you need to get this message to them. Go ahead and like and share the show. Let them know they need to watch this. Because I dare say that if they get this information and they apply it, this could very well extend their careers. And you're going to actually hear during the show from someone who had that exact experience. But first, let's talk about the bodybuilders. Because as you know, bodybuilding is a very popular sport here in the Bahamas. We have a whole bodybuilding association, and they go off and they compete um, regionally and internationally, and we have a very healthy bodybuilding community. But how many of them are properly supplemented? How many of them, and especially when you're talking about bodybuilding, you're putting some serious stress and strain on their body to build up, the resistance that you have to apply to your body to build up that level of muscle. That's a lot of strain and stress on the body. And if you're not properly supplementing, you're setting yourself up for injuries or later on something worse. So the person that we're going to be hearing from in this next clip, his name is Gene Nelson. And persons who are into bodybuilding would know exactly who he is. The rest of you may not have ever heard of him, but he's very well known in bodybuilding circles. Gene Nelson began bodybuilding more than 15 years ago as a hobby and is known as the greatest natural bodybuilder in the world. In 2005, he placed second in one of the toughest natural bodybuilding competitions in the world, known as the Musclemania World Championships. And after committing to never using steroids, he became an athlete who endorses natural remedies for better health, like longevity. He's actually a longevity endorsed athlete who attributes much of his success to his consumption of these micronutrients. Now, he wasn't always consuming these micronutrients, and he found himself in trouble. And here now is his story as told by himself. He's going to tell you his own story in this clip.
I'm Gene Nelson. I'm 51 years of age, natural bodybuilder. I won multiple titles back in the day. When I met Dr. Joe Wallach, I was struggling, rubbing bone to bone, arthritis, and asked him how I could piece my body back together, trying to get back into running up against the Young Bucks, and everything started working in my favor, and I started winning multiple titles. So the doctors were asking me, what am I doing different? My body has come to amazing changes. The cartilage is growing back. I'm not rubbing bone to bone anymore. And whatever it was that I was doing, continue doing it. All the other young bodybuilders wondering what was it that I was taking? What's the magic pill? What is it that you're taking? And I told them, Dr. Joe Wallach. My son is a football player, tore his ACL and his meniscus. The doctor said that it would be a year and a half before he would be able to go back to playing. Well, within 6 months' time, Dr. Wallach had him back out there on the field. And just to see what it has done for my wife, she had water in the knees. She was barely getting around at one time. It's done amazing things. I mean, she's able to run, jump. What's helped me the most is Dr. Wallach knows nutrition. The product does its best when you change the way you eat. I've been on Dr. Wallach's program for 13 years, and it's just amazing the transition my body has gone through. I believe I'm going to be able to win Natural Olympia and Musclemania due to Dr. Joe Wallach.
We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS. We had a call on the line, or we still do, Jason? Is the person still there? I'm assuming we've lost that caller. Okay, so the telephone numbers to call, please call back, caller. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line is 8010271, 8010271. And you can call us on the WhatsApp line as well as send a message, and they will forward the message to me here, and I'll be able to get your message read to our audience. All right, so you would have heard from Gene Nelson himself. You would have heard him say that he was struggling bone to bone, and how once he got the knowledge and started taking the micronutrients, he was able to not only regrow cartilage, heal that which was lost, but get to the point where the doctors are asking him, what are you doing? We hear that quite a lot. Doctors say, what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. The caller is back. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's very, very excellent show because I have a relative who is in this dilemma right now, contemplating surgery, spinal surgery, because of the wear and tear over the years on the lower, spine. But this pain, they had what the oh Lord, you just called the name, the sciatic.
Sciatica.
They had a sciatica situation with therapy and whatever medication, and then there's so much painkillers that they give you to try and help with it, because the main thing is to try and get rid of this pain, right? And then you have because it's over a certain age, and it's so sad that you didn't know this information then, and then now it's just not the lower spine that bothers them. It's like sometimes it moves to the knee, and then it moves down to the legs. So, and they tried everything: therapy, painkillers, muscle relaxers, all that good stuff. And I guess the next step now is contemplating having the spinal surgery. So my question is, do you think this course, what you're talking about, would be able to assist with that, with avoiding having this, or it may be too late?
Never too late. Never too late. Exactly what I told the client, what I talked about earlier. I know this can make a difference. I know it can. I'm not on you. I'm not guessing. I know it can, and it's never too late. I have a client who needed replacement surgery at 85, and we were able to help her get back on feet, regrow cartilage. So it really has nothing to do with age. Everything has to do with
timing. The timing is everything. It's, like I said, but your show today, because, and I've been here because of the issue. I've been speaking to a lot of friends and family members and whatever, and you'll be surprised at how many persons. Because the person that I spoke about, their job was being on their feet 24/7, doing doubles, sometimes 5-6 days a week, and then exercising, doing not no hard workouts. I mean, just doing the walk, like from Christmas Bay, Sandy Port, around back. And it's still going after years and years and years. And you find a lot of persons, Bahamians, have this situation with the knees, having to have the knee replacements, and having to have the back surgery.
It's happening a lot. And people just need to know. I know, they're not being told this by the medical professionals, because quite frankly, I tell you all the time, they don't believe in nutrition.
Yeah, the alternative, that there is an alternative.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to share I'm going to go on Facebook, and I'm going to share this.
Have them fill out the health evaluation, because I'm telling you, I ain't telling you what I guessing. I ain't telling you what I see from some form. I have clients who I was able to help with this program to avoid surgery, because what was being lost was regenerated. I told you one of their stories early in the show.
No, Michelle, I'm telling you, I have a friend in the States. She just finished off about 3 months ago. She had the surgery, lower spine surgery, and then she was saying about the different things that she had to go through for years, trying to to relieve this discomfort.
Yeah.
And she had no other choice but to take it, and to riddle off the amount of. The thing is, the painkillers, they're not good for your body.
But the pain is what causes people to go and have that surgery more than anything else, because the pain is so severe. I've had people tell me they get this information and they still go and have the surgery because they say, man, I just couldn't take the pain no more.
Yeah.
But that ain't solving your problem. It is making you temporarily comfortable, but the degeneration continues if you never address it. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, this is really, like I said, it's a godsend. So I'll continue to listen and share your show.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
All right.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we're going to hear from some more professional athletes who, too, would have had the experience of, facing multiple injuries. And then, they, were blessed to get this information. And now they're telling a completely different story. So more of that on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all: schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the Mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy with Mailboat's U.S. addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the Mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons. With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks. We're the Mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. We're talking about this whole idea of losing minerals and electrolytes, etc. When you sweat, just everyday life for some people, but not replenishing, and what happens when you don't replenish. So the telephone numbers to call: 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line, 8010271, 8010271. You can call or text us at that number. We're streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM Facebook pages and our YouTube channels as well. You can find us on Cable Bahamas, channel 974, on your radio dial here in New Providence on 99.5 FM, and a special welcome to our Grand Bahama audience as well. So again, in case you tuned in late and you don't know what we're talking about today, we're talking about injuries that happen when you are very active or just over wear and tear over time. Injuries that result because you're not replenishing that which you are losing, particularly if you are athletic, or if you work out a lot, or if you are part of a track club, or you're a professional athlete, or a high school or college athlete. You need to be replenishing with proper supplementation, because every time you sweat, you are depleting the resources of nutrients out of your body. And if you're not putting it back in, vigorous exercise without supplementation is suicide. You're slowly killing yourself. So it's important that you understand why you must supplement, not just with any old supplements. There's plenty of y'all taking these over-the-counter things and they ain't doing nothing for you. And you try to figure out, but I taking vitamins. And I'm like, yeah, but if that was effective, why are you still dealing with all these conditions? So not all supplements are created equal. You need some good quality stuff. And I have to say that Longevity is an extremely potent line of really very high grade, high quality micronutrients, plant derived. Okay, so we know the NBA playoffs are happening right now. My Lakers disappointed me terribly. They actually got swept, but I'm not going to go there today. We see where Boston held on for their life, winning that one game last night. I was praying dead hard for them to get sweep too, but it is what it is. Boston hater for life. But anyhow, I digress. Okay, so we've seen quite a few of those teams being impacted because people are out on injuries. We hear it all the time about these professional athletes who are in the middle of a season or crunch time. They come down with these bunch of injuries. And, if you don't know any better, you would think, boy, that's some bad time and that's some bad luck, eh? Eddie, you're laughing at yeah, man, my Lakers disappointed me dead bad. Dead bad. Anyhow, I ain't going there today. Derek is asking if there are any distributors in TCI. Well, here's the thing, Derek. We have the thing with what we do is we're not limited to a particular location. I have clients in Europe. I have clients in Africa. I mean, nowadays, I could, we could serve people from wherever we are. So if you're interested in learning how you can become a distributor, uh, we would welcome you onto the team because obviously the more the merrier. But if you're just interested in getting products, that's an easy fix as well. Okay, so we definitely can hook you up. If you're just interested in help for yourself, please go to my well, you're on Facebook now watching the show, so go to my official page in case you're watching through the Global 99.5 page, and pin to the top you'll see a health evaluation survey that you can take. And once you fill that out, then we contact you. Make sure that the number that you put is, if you're on WhatsApp, a number that we can reach you on WhatsApp, and then one of our health coaches will reach out to you and we'll get you sorted. Okay, so wherever you're located, it really doesn't matter nowadays in this world we live in. There are no borders. We can deal with you wherever you are. Okay, so let's get back to talking about one of an NBA athlete. He's no longer playing, but back in the day, he had his time. Those of you who are NBA fans from way back when would recognize the name Theo Ratliff. Well, Theo Ratliff had a very long career in the NBA, but that was almost cut short because of the multiple injuries that he came down with before he got the knowledge that you're receiving today. And here is Theo now telling his own story.
Hi, I'm Theo Ratliff. I had just made the All-Star team in Philadelphia. My career was on top, and I went up to block a shot, came down on my wrist, ended up breaking my wrist. They ended up trading me to the Atlanta Hawks. So with the Atlanta Hawks, I was covering from the wrist. I jumped up routine, going up for a rebound, ended up tearing the labrum in my hip. And everything was just going all haywire. Well, I was almost in the midst of retiring. And I overheard Mike Glenn, who's talking to one of my fellow comrades about minerals and mineral deficiencies. When we sweat out of soup of minerals. So I pulled him to the side and told him, give me a little knowledge on what was going on and this mineral deficiency thing, because I think that's what I'm suffering from, because I'm getting all these different injuries, and I know I try to take care of myself probably better than anybody. I wanted to make sure I take the opportunity to not only help prepare my body for basketball, but to also prepare myself for life, to be able to be with my kids and play without injuries, to grow and have a long-lasting life. Dr. Wallach helped me expand my career 10 extra years.
So Theo has become a crusader as well. He is also like Gene Nelson. He too has become an endorsed athlete, because if I would have played the full video, he talked about how, because of getting on the program and getting the adequate nutrients that his body needed, he was able to extend his career for over 10 years, when prior to taking the nutrients, he was about to retire. And so he often says that, I think he said it's like 33 million reasons why he believes and promotes this whole idea of replenishing what the body needs, because it helped to extend his career by 10 years, over 10 years. And that's the amount of money, I guess, that he would have made over that 10-year period. And so he swears by this nutrition because, again, he saw where it worked for him. So he is just one of many examples of people around the world who have utilized what I'm trying to share with you guys today and have seen it help to turn his life around. And this is applicable whether you are a professional athlete or whether you are a college athlete or a high school athlete or just somebody who likes to work out, somebody who loves working out in the gym or who goes for runs. Whatever your active lifestyle is. And it also applies to persons who are just finding themselves in a position where at this point in their life, they would have lost, all of this cartilage and whatever kind of injury, just from if they have not been properly supplementing. And like our last caller said, a lot of Bahamians. Oh man, I hear about it so much. Knee replacement, hip replacement, people who are suffering from things like carpal tunnel syndrome, where they especially if you're on your computer a lot, and now you're having problems with your wrists and all this kind of stuff. That's a nutritional problem. I'm telling you, if you get yourself on the right amount of nutrition, the right type of nutrition, those problems will go away. And it's not enough for you to lie to yourself and make yourself comfortable by getting the replacement surgery and you're not doing anything to address the degeneration problem, because that's the root of the problem. And like we keep telling y'all, that is how you fix the problem. You go to the root. We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Yeah, Michelle.
Hey.
See if you can get 80 and on.
Pardon me?
You play in LA.
You call and talk basketball?
No, I said try get him on what you're doing.
Oh, which play in LA? Who are you talking about?
And not LeBron, the next one, 80.
Well, I don't know him, so I can't get him on nothing. I don't know him. If somebody know him, they could call him and tell him call me. But I don't know him. I know that. No. I'm just saying, if you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, they need this. They need it.
Yeah, when I say 80, that's Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know him. I don't have no way of reaching him. So if you know how to reach him, you call him and tell him call me.
All
right, because there's a lot of them right now suffering from injuries that, on the sidelines can't contribute, etc. Their careers being cut short. And really, they just need nutrients. But again, if you don't know, you don't know. So, I mean, we got our Jazz Chisholm right now, who is sidelined because of an injury. I don't know Jazz, but some of y'all there might know how to reach him. He needs to get on the program. Because I'm telling you, it will make a huge difference in their health and ultimately their career. I've seen it happen time and time again. It works. It really, really works. And it does not matter how old you are, and it does not matter how young you are. And I have to throw in young because I've seen too many young people now needing knee replacement and hip replacement surgery. And what you doing having that kind of surgery in your 30s? That's crazy. And that alone should tell you that it's not about aging. Because a lot of young people right now are coming down with this problem. Nutrition, people. Nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. That's the bottom line. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we're going to hear from a former NFL player and how this program has helped him recover from the injuries or the after effect of a very busy career in the NFL. Stay with us.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Youngevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Youngevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Tracklight, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift. Here on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. For the record, I am a product of my product, okay? I'm not just pushing, this stuff on other people and not using it myself. And I can always tell if I've fallen off on a particular thing. For instance, I am on Glucogel. In addition to the 90, I'm also on Glucogel and collagen, because collagen is very good for bone and health support. And if you see me stop the Glucogel or the collagen, it's only a matter of time before I will start to feel it. I'd start to feel the difference. I'm not in any way fooling myself and thinking I'm still 25 years old. The older you get, the more you need to work on this to keep yourself healthy. And so I'm a product of my product. I swear by it. I take it every day. And I have seen tremendous, tremendous results from that practice. Okay, one more clip. For those of you who are NFL fans, and I've been an NFL fan for a long time, you will recognize his name. His name is Drew Pearson. Back in the day, I think Drew was a Dallas Cowboy. That's back in the day when they had the original afros, not, these afros that they got now, but the original fro. Back in the day, Drew Pearson was a Dallas Cowboy at that time. Had a prolific career. But went on to experience later on some major discomfort because, as you all know, the NFL, the football in particular, is a serious contact sport. You could really get a lot of damage done to the body being a professional football player. And so he found himself in a position where he too was going through some serious challenges with his health, and was blessed to come across the information that I'm sharing with you guys today. And here is his story in his own words of how that nutritional program has impacted his life.
What it did for me is gave me some relief. You know, like I said, I had that knee surgery on my right knee back in 1980, and then with the wear and tear, running pass routes and playing 11 years in the NFL, you know, sooner or later in your life after football, that's going to come back and affect you, and it's going to bother you. And it was bothering me. And, you know, being an active guy, it kind of slowed me down. It set me down. And I was trying all different kind of things. And all of a sudden, Dave Brisky, who's the CFO with Youngevity, a former business partner, comes to me and introduces me to the CM cream. He says, just try it, because he saw me dragging my leg around. And so I did try it. And first thing I noticed, it wasn't smelly like most analgesics are, bombs are. It wasn't oily or greasy or anything like that. And then after I put it on, it just felt a coolness effect. And what that was a penetration of the ingredients here in the CM cream automatically, instantly hitting my knee where it needs to be hit. And right away, I could feel the difference, the flexibility increase. Well, first of all, the swelling decreased, which increased the flexibility. And because of that flexibility increase, the pain started to subside as well. So now I use it on a regular basis. And if you take the CM Plus pill, now that's going to heal you from the inside out. So you have the cream working from the outside in and the pill working from the inside out. Now, if I had this stuff back in the day, Alex Jones, I'd still be playing for the Dallas Cowboys, probably.
Well, exactly. That's what Theo Ratcliffe said, and so many other, you know, top NBA people.
Right. He promotes the rebound.
No one explains that the food has had the minerals dissipated out of it because they use these chemical fertilizers.
Right.
And the body needs 90 things, not 3 like a plant.
Yeah.
It's just it's so elementary. But the hospitals, none of them will teach nutrition.
Right. And you know, I don't really care what's in it. You know, I'll leave that to Dr. Wallach and the experts over there at Youngevity. All I know is it works.
Well, unlike Drew Pearson, I care what's in it. I want to know what I'm putting into my body. And he's right. It does work. And he also became an endorsed athlete for the Youngevity program. Because now he uses, you know, the complete line and is in much better health than he was when he first started on the program. Just a quick note about that CM cream you heard him talk about. I have a client here in Nassau who reached out to me and said they were having issues with their prostate, and they were having issues with inflammation in a sensitive area. And if there's anything that we had that could help them with that. And so I reached out to one of my lecturers because I really didn't know what to tell that person. And I reached out to my lecturer and I said, is there anything that we have that can help this person, particularly with the discomfort in that sensitive area? And he said, yeah, put him on the CM cream. I said, no, I didn't say he had a joint problem. He said, no, put him on the CM cream, tell him to apply the CM cream to the sensitive area, and that should give him some relief. I was like, really? He said, yeah. It's okay. So I called my client. I said, well, I've been advised to tell you to try the CM cream. Do you know? That man called me back, and he's like, boy, Miss Malcolm, this stuff you all got, this don't play. It actually worked. And I was like, wow. So people, if you know anybody, or if you yourself are going through this, you do not have to suffer through this. You do not have to have surgery. I tell you all the time, believe the diagnosis, but do not believe the prognosis. Do not believe that your only option is surgery, because a surgery is not going to stop the degeneration which caused the problem in the first place. Okay? You have to address the degeneration. You have to address the depletion of the minerals that is coming out through your pores by way of sweat You have to replenish. If you don't, you're setting yourself up on some serious problems. So I want to encourage you, go to my official Facebook page. You will see pinned to the top of the page a link to a health evaluation. You can fill that out, press submit, and then we will get back to you and set up a one-on-one consultation where we look at your results together and determine what your body needs, okay? So that you don't find yourself going down this road of being a young person or middle-aged person or an older person being told that you have to have some kind of replacement surgery or being at risk for, sudden death or sudden or injury or whatever because you're not replenishing what you're losing. It's as simple as that. I'm telling you, this works. That is pretty much my time. It's 3:01. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in today and, sharing with this experience and hopefully learning something about what you can do to better your health. Tomorrow is going to be a treat. I'm calling the show tomorrow, The State of the State in the Eyes of a Statesman. And my guest tomorrow will be Mr. Pierre Dubuche. Mr. Dubuche has agreed to come on and be a part of the show. And I respect him highly. And I'm looking forward to what he has to say as it relates to where we are in this Bahamas and where we're headed. I urge you to tune into the show tomorrow. Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for being a part of GPS. And God willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. Take care.